guys. Well, thanks for watching the video here. What I'm this video is going to go over the tournament on Saturday. Today's Sunday, just to get so there was I'm not for sure how many people that were fishing. We ended up in third place. Me and my brother, we came out with 9 pounds 8 ounces as a total. The first place winner had a little over 16 pounds. So Saturday morning, we hit one of the ponds, and that pond is normally a worm kind of pond. My whole life, that's what we fished, using worms, using soft plastics over at the ponds that my uncle built. And but Saturday, for some reason, I had this crankbait was killing them first thing in the morning. This was a medium retrieval from 4 to 6 feet, and at one point it was 8 cast 8 fish, and they were decent sized fish, at least 1 pound on those 8 casts. And the water was super clear, and for some reason they loved this little crankbait right here. We moved over to well, my open face reel. So I was using my open face reel, and I was adjusting as I was throwing, making sure that I didn't get a big backlash or anything like that. And guess what? I messed with it too much, and I got this thing all messed up. So in the videos, you see me using an old 33 reel that I had whenever I was in high school. So that's the reason why I was throwing this and using this all day, because I didn't have time, because I'm gonna have to completely take everything apart or all the string off this open face, just to get it back, because I've got it bad. I got it locked up. I'm just gonna have to start cutting it to get it apart. So on the videos that you see before, this one, that's the reason why I'm using that old 33, because I screwed up the open face on like the third or fourth cast, just because I kept messing with it, trying to get the crankbait farther out away from me, and had a little bit more time for retrieval to get down to where those fish were. And me messing with it, lesson learned, leave it where I was at instead of messing with it more. So so we went to the second pond around noonish, I think what it was, and I threw the crankbait out several times. But what's unique with the second pond is there's a lot of trees laid over, and there's a lot of brush, big stumps, big logs, all the way through this whole pond. So I had this on there, and I got hung up. Luckily, I had the kayak with me, and was able to one of the other fellows that was with us was able to go out and help me out and get. Actually, my brother was able to throw over to where I was at, and I hooked my line up to him, and he was able to pull it from the other side of the little pond, and where I could save the crankbait. So whenever that happened, I changed over to a little jig, and I added the Bandito bug. This one is the Alabama crawl that I added to it, and the fish really attacked it. I did catch the 4.2 pounder that I had, that you probably see on the videos, with this right here, and it seemed like they were very aggressive toward it. Every time I would be able to bring it over some logs or some brush, and every time that would fall down in between some tree limbs, it they nailed it. I also was throwing the crack and crawl. I was throwing the crack and crawl with nothing except the crack and crawl, and this one is the watermelon red flake, and I caught several fish with this one. I was able to call, I think, two fish with this one, so I was able to get bigger weights than what I already previously had. So yeah, that was the day. Let me tell you about the kayak. So I got in the kayak and was taken off on the second lake. I didn't do it on the first lake, but the second lake I was taken off, and I didn't like the feel of it. I felt like I was going to tip over. Maybe it was just me trying to just get in my own head that I was fixing to tip it over. So I took it back to the shoreline and I got out. One of the buddies that was there with us, the one that he kept getting in it to help get some his lures and stuff stuck out from the logs that were laying that are in the water, and he actually ended up tipping it over toward the end of the day, and so I'm kind of glad that I didn't pursue it even more. What I did realize is the kayaks that I'm wanting the wider stance ones, with the ones that I'm actually on top of the kayak instead of sitting down in it. I did notice that trying to get out of the kayak with that one, I'm a big guy, and that was difficult trying to get my legs up underneath me to get out of there, plus trying to balance it. So I think going forward, using a one that I stand on top of and able, when I'm sitting down, be able to sit like a chair instead of with my feet straight out. So that was Saturday. I kind of figured that the soft plastics was going to work pretty good. I did not realize that the crankbait was going to be the moneymaker. Myself alone, I probably caught about 15 fish for the whole day, and that first thing in the morning was crazy. I did not expect the fish to be that active, and whenever they hit that crankbait, they destroyed it. Which hopefully, which I'm sure I didn't get any of that on video whenever I was fishing. But anyway, that was the day of Saturday. We came in third, which it didn't matter what position we came in. It was just about having fun, and it was about an outreach for that church. My brother was telling me that he encouraged his youth group to try to partner with somebody that wasn't in their church or wasn't in their youth group, and I love that idea. And I'm going to be able to use that for the tournament that we do for our church in March of next year. So I've learned a lot. They had about 40 people show up for the little fish fry, which was a great turnout in my opinion. So we'll see how in March, once I get this all set up, where we're going to have dinner and stuff like that, because our church, we share parking lots, and sometimes it's difficult trying to do certain events at our church during business hours with the businesses that we share the parking lot with. So we may have to move things around to make it work for us as a church. But I did run it past my pastor this morning while we were at church, and he loved the idea. He loved he loved what it could bring for our church. So anyway, that's what's going on, and that's how Saturday went. I appreciate y'all watching the videos. I know this is probably pretty unorthodox on how we do how normal YouTube channels go. But this is me. My name's Danny, and thank you for watching 405 Fishing, and hit the subscribe button. Thank you.